The reason I'm asking you all of this about Arizona and the game tonight that Mike is, what do you got, 3.5? Desperately looking at the line?
3.5. I'm not going to tip my hand because I'm in a very competitive league with some people here in the studio, and I believe last week I tipped my hand and people tailed.
I've been poking around all week with you, like trying to get a feel for who you're taking tonight. Well, I'm going to say it right now. I'm taking Denver, just so you know. Okay,
you fool.
But
go
okay,
up.
The reason that I'm asking the question as the Colts try and go another old quarterback with Matt Ryan, because we kind of forget they've had to do that because Andrew Luck did something nobody was expecting. So since then, it's just been like, oh, bleep. We just got to go get guys, just somebody back there, because we were not expecting Andrew Luck to be the only one of these guys who quits early and leaves 10 years on the contract.
I'll never forget where Billy was when Andrew Luck did that.
Russell Wilson is what now, Mike? Do you trust your evaluations? They gave him 7 years, and I'm looking at that offense, and I'm like, how is that going to get better? I thought these guys had good skill talent. I think Judy's good, although Shannon Sharp keeps telling me he's not. But is it going to be 16 points a game? Is that what it's going to look like?
I don't have faith in this head coach. He doesn't exactly inspire confidence, but I am a little shook. Russell Wilson was always one of my favorite players, and I was always team let Russ cook. And it seems as though, from quotes from Seattle players and seeing how Geno Smith is playing right now, that Russ cooking wasn't necessarily a good thing. I don't really know how to evaluate. Russell Wilson does not look good to me.
Have we ever seen what you're saying? The former players putting their name again and again on. I did not like Russell Wilson.
Not with a champion, no. I mean, we've seen it. We're seeing it with some of the people that you cited, with Baker Mayfield. Like, his former teammates talk shit about him all the time. But it's also Baker Mayfield. He doesn't have a social capital really to lean on. Russell Wilson's a Super Bowl champion. We've seen Russell Wilson will his team to victory by making unbelievable plays on his own, like he were in the playground. I'm very stunned to see what's happened with the reaction from Seattle. There's a reason why Denver has so many primetime games this year. Everybody thought that was a good fit. That's a great situation. They were a quarterback away. Judy, Sutton, the two running backs that they have. This is a team that's primed and ready with a good defense, and they look bad to me.
When we talk about names at the position, brand management at the position, what you're going to do with your career, quarterbacks lead the way in the future, Stu guys. Hell, Mark Sanchez is broadcasting games. Like, you can have a voice around this game forever if you're a quarterback. Russell Wilson has handled his brand in a very careful way, and at the end, be careful what you wish for, because he got out of Seattle where it appears
Is he at the end?
He's 33.
But that's not the end anymore.
But just look at what you were watching.
It's the beginning for some.
But it was the end for guys like Cam Newton.
Right.
It's
Geno Smith's beginning.
It's not the end, though, because he just signed a 7-year deal. But I'm asking you, as I imagine Denver is asking itself, maybe they think it's all Hackett's fault. He can't coach. He's already brought a time manager in because he screwed things up. But at the end of games, I always used to fear, here comes Russell Wilson. Like, if there were always close games in Seattle, and it was always at the end, oh, my God, that's dangerous. You don't want him running around. You don't want him throwing the ball. Denver's constipated. I don't want to watch them. I don't want to watch Denver play football, even if they're going to win 1916. I saw that with Teddy Bridgewater already. That's not what I want to be watching in Denver.
I enjoyed them way more last year.
No doubt. But guys,
I enjoyed watching Denver's run game way more last year than whatever this slop is. They need to fix it.
But we're going to erase 10 years of a Hall of Fame level quarterbacking by Russell Wilson, and we're just going to bail on all that in 4 games?
I'm not erasing it.
4 games?
I'm not erasing it. I'm just saying that
you don't think he can get it back?
The data points have changed for me a little bit, in which I grade his career as a whole. It's totally changed my prism. And is he going to be one of those guys that ages like Breeze did to a degree, like Rodgers is right now, like Tom Brady is? Now we're being convinced that that's the norm, when really, historically, Russell Wilson's at the age where you start seeing a dip. This is a very new phenomenon.
Stugotz is taking an easy position of that's slanderous to write off a champion, a Hall of Famer, after 4 games, even though he's made a career of it. Stugotz.
I mean, Dan, he's been great. I mean, the last 4 years, he has been great.
Stugotz, all I'm saying is that the first month of the season that I saw from Denver, all I'm framing for you is the story here, okay? Mm-hmm. I don't know and don't care if Russell Wilson goes for 38 tonight, but I'm taking you inside his head. He's left Seattle for Denver. He's come over here. His coach doesn't seem to know what he is doing. He signed for a lot of money. His image, people kind of know that he's lame, and his former teammates are now free to bash him again and again and again. He's got a game tonight that matters on a team I don't know he totally trusts, because why would he? Just got there. But he thought this was greener pastures, and that's the pressure on a quarterback's head. That's what happens when these guys are, when you ask what's their mental toughness. Right there, Stugotz. It's not easy being Russell Wilson tonight. He might love playing football, but wouldn't you understand if his confidence was slightly shaken?
Yeah, I would understand it. But I don't think his confidence in himself is shaken. I think the confidence in what's around him is a bit shaken.
But when you're out there playing that game, Stugotz, those things
you need those people around you.
You can't be separated.
Right.
You can't separate those things.
Right.
And Mike is telling you that all these guys seem to have a problem with the way that he was doing it in Seattle. That he could be at the end of games, he could erase all of that. Winning erases all of it. But Denver's not terribly interesting.
What he did in Seattle over the last 4 years, besides winning a Super Bowl, is 101 touchdown passes and 31 interceptions. Like, I'm not really interested in what his teammates feel.
Wanted to get out of there, though.
I know he wanted to get out of there, and he got out of there. He's in Denver, but I'm not writing Russell Wilson off because of a slow start.
He was booed by Seattle, Stugotz. He was booed by the fan base as a beloved.
Well, Dan, it's a fan base that knows Russell Wilson wants to leave that fan base. Of course they're going to boo him. What are they supposed to do?
Yeah, that changed the perception a little bit. And to go back to the original topic with Kyler Murray, is what's happening to him right now an accelerated career arc that we're seeing right now in Denver with Russell Wilson. It's like Kyler can cook and get you out of bad situations, but for how long can he do this? Is Cliff Kingsbury all of a sudden bad at quarterbacking when Patrick Mahomes stands by Cliff Kingsbury, says he helped them? Or is Patrick Mahomes that gifted? Which actually leads me to my stat of the day.
Oh, you have a stat?
I have a stat of the day that will knock your socks off.
I don't believe it.
Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is the start of the day.
I've got one too.
Wow.
I've got one too.
Right. How many invasions of Mike Schur's turf can we have in one show?
Oh, this predated Mike Schur. Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah. All right. On Monday night, Patrick Mahomes can pass Troy Aikman on the all-time passing touchdowns list.
What's that number, Mike? How many would he need?
If he gets 4,
top 5 overrated quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl. I told you.
If he gets 4, he passes Troy Aikman and ties Brad Johnson.
What? Johnson's ahead of Aikman?
Yeah. Troy Aikman had 165 passing touchdowns.
We've been doing quarterback evaluations badly since Brad Johnson and Troy Aikman.
Patrick Mahomes. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Medication.
Yeah, I know.
Been fighting it all day. Medication, guys.
Yeah.
I'm very anxious. Patrick Mahomes has 162 passing touchdowns in his career. So how many times have we seen Patrick Mahomes pass for 3 touchdowns, like in a first half? He could tie him with Troy Aikman on the call, coincidentally, which would be awkward for Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, because if he passes Troy Aikman, you all of a sudden have to hold the light to, wait a second, how the hell did that happen, Troy? How overrated are you?
One of my favorite songs, Devil Went Down to Georgia, Stugotz, the devil has to put down his bow because he's been defeated. My stat of the day has been defeated, but I still do like that Tyreek Hill has more receiving yards than the Bears.